Okay, so I think I have to. So how was it, guys? How did it go?
Uh, we didn't manage to do
Do you,
everything.
do you need more time, or do you want me to do it?
Uh,
You can just explain how it should be.
What do you prefer? Do you need more time? How many questions did you
I
solve?
think I think you can just explain how it should be in the right way, because I don't think we can find good solution.
Okay, good. I was in group one. But do we have everybody now? We lost some people. Who is not in the room now? Okay, I think who is not? I don't know, but we lost one person.
Sophia is not here because she is rebooting computer.
Okay, Sophia is not here. But I have seen some of you. We've been doing great. But let's do it together. I will create a new file here. I call this file maybe quiz. Is that a quiz? What kind of what's happening here?
you don't share your screen.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Share the screen. Yes, so I want to create a file here, and I like to call it maybe instant or quiz. I think it's quiz by itself is quiz1.js. And I have to connect it with this file. So let me just, what am I doing here? So I can call a script, and I have to connect it here, source and quiz1. Yeah. So I have to launch this again with live server. It should open, so I have to put it this side, and this should be, and all the time you should open the console. You can do it right click and inspect, or Control Shift I. So there's something here. If you refresh it again, it will go away. So here is the console.log. Let's do the quiz. Yeah, let's do the quiz together. And where is the requirement? Because this is the requirement, so I have to bring it here. The requirement means we don't need this. The first question was, write a function name, make square, which turn a number to its function. It's a square. So function and then make square. Is it clear so far, this stage? Is this stage clear? This is for question 1. First, I just create this. It doesn't do anything. Yeah. And then let num is equal to 3. And to get the square, let square n times n, return square. So to call it, I have to call it console.log make square. This is how we call, right? With a parenthesis, and we have to see the result 9. And just let's try for 100. If we give 10, we should get 100. If we give 2, we should get, but this is not a very good way of doing it because it doesn't take any parameter. Instead, we should pass a parameter, and then we don't need actually this one, and we calculate it like this. So we have to pass the parameter here. If we pass 2, we should get 4. If we pass 3, we should get 9. Are you following me? Is it okay so far?
Yes.
Yes. So we call this function declaration. The normal or standard way declaration. Yeah, this way. And we can also further write this in different way. First, let me copy and also comment it out. Function expression. You may see also some people writing something like this. They take here, actually they take this out and write it here, const. Yeah, and the way you call it will be the same. So easy, right? And we call this function expression. Great. And then I also asked you, how do you write something like this? Because there's no many codes inside, so you can return it explicitly. So actually the easy way to do that, let's comment out this one too. I can comment out, but I don't like to rewrite everything all over again. I make use of the code we have. So function, arrow function is you don't need the keyword, and you just put it something like this, and it should work. And as you can see, you don't have many code here, so we can explicitly return something like this, something like this. Even this could be returned explicitly, you don't need this, and something like this. Yeah, even last time I told you that exponential means something like this, still valid. A very clean code. We're done with question number 1. Is it clear so far? May I move on to the second one? Yeah, tell me if you are happy with it. Then I can't move on. Just only people? Okay, so far it's happy, Julia, Anna. Okay, it seems everybody's happy about this. So now let's move on to the second one, this ages. I think I wrote somewhere that this number, because it is hard for me to rewrite it again like manually. Where did I write it? I write it somewhere, so I have to copy that. Yeah, actually I wrote it maybe, I don't know. Let's try to, I think I wrote it here. So I can take this code, the given code, and I call it this question number. Question number 2. So first, the easy way is you can go for const age of ace, console.log age. Yeah, so easy, right? I managed to print all this. How do you calculate average? We calculate average A plus B plus C plus D divided by 1, 2, 3, 4 by total number of observation or candidates. So this one plus this one plus this one plus this and this and this and this and this divided by the candidates. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 members. But we don't calculate manually. Instead, we calculate the number of observation, or total n could be ages dot length. So just to check, console.log n. As you can see, n should be somewhere from line 37. I'm expecting 10. What are these for? Where are these for coming from? Yeah, from the, not to be confused, let me also comment out this code. Yes. Yeah, this is coming from 39. Let's see which one is 39. So this one. And the rest is coming from the loop. Yeah, sometimes when I write faster, I may make a typo. It's okay. So this is the length, and this is coming from the loop. So what is next? Tell me, what's the next stage? Summing all together, right? First, we have to sum all together. I have to ask, I think this varies. What's the average of 2 plus 3 plus 4? What's the average of this? Do a calculation and tell me. Yes, 4.5. So this is how we do it actually. 2 plus 3 plus 4 divided by 3. I think it's 3. So let's see, 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 4, 5 plus 4, 9. So it's going to be 9 divided by 3. So the average is going to be 3. So we do the same. So we sum every of these candidates. To sum up, so I will show you. First, we have to declare let sum is equal to 0. Let's imagine we have this 0 and we sum up every value. So sum is equal to sum plus age. Now we don't need this one, so let's see what's the value of console.log, the sum. As you can see, we have 293, but after we sum up, we should divide this by console.log sum divided by n. So the average age of the students actually is 29.3. But now the point is, as you can see, our code is everywhere, right? Our code is everywhere, so we have to change it to a function. So what was the name of the function? We can call it function calculate average, or it could be anything you want. So it may take array, maybe it may take array. So then I can copy everything I have and put it inside. Yes, I can take this out. No, undo. Whoa. I can take this out. And it's not also a very good idea to put this code inside. Instead, we have array. So instead of ages, I can get array. So we have seen it this, we have seen this also. We don't need this code. And instead of ages, I can say again array. From array, an item, or just item, or element. Element means one of the item or the element. plus. So instead now again, I change it to element. And after that, as you can see, I don't need this one. And instead, I will return this value at the end. Then actually, as you can see, you have this data. You don't need it to be inside. So actually, now I can leave this code and then console.log calculate average, and I pass the age as in a parameter. So have you seen 29.3? Average. That's not very proper. Yes, average. And I can change this to, does it make sense? Did you get it? Everybody is quiet. Yeah, you have to now this one actually it's not about, if you give average for instance, I can give this one also average. Or calculate console.log average, calculate average. And if I pass this, it gives me, have you seen the average of this? So now you have a function which can calculate the average of anything. So this array is, yeah, the reason why it seems complicated when I change it to, maybe let me just copy this code. And this is what we had first, before I change it to function. So how was it? Did you understand when it was like this? Yeah. So actually what we did is we have the array, we find the length at this, it's 10, and then we loop through each item and we sum everything. So the sum is actually 293 divided by 10, it gave us 29.3. So what we did actually, we changed this, we changed everything what we had there to a function. So what? Identifier age has already been declared there, so we don't need to declare it here. So we transformed what we had. So as you can see, it's possible. Yeah, it's possible to write it this way. But if you write it this way, you can't reuse it. But if you change it to a function, now you call this function and you can reuse it and you can pass different value. That's the difference. So you have both the codes here. So it's up to you to internalize and to make a comparison. May I leave both codes together? That means this code up to here and this line code does the same thing. Yeah. Great. I think this is what I can do. Shall we move on to the second? I mean, the next question. What do you think? Or do you want me to go step by step again to this line? Actually, this is, as you can see, the way to get the total number of an array or the length of the array. And then you have, you use the loop to get the sum, and then you divide. So that's the same thing. There's no much difference. But it is not just a fixed array. In this case, it can take any array, but in this case, it takes only ages. It calculates the ages of the students. But in this case, actually, it calculates the average of the ages or height or weight. So it doesn't matter. So for instance, let me just put const weight of my students. Some of you might be 68, some of you might be 70 kilogram, and 75 we don't have 100, maybe 85. Oh, that's even maybe 85, who knows. But 65 again, and 75 and 80 and 68. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can add any. Then I can call my function again and pass this data. I can call weight. So I should get my result here. So the average weight of my students is 73.25 kilogram. So this function is robust. It can calculate the average of anything. But this one is just only calculate the ages because we connected, it's connected with the ages only. And we are also loop through the ages. But here we pass, anything we pass here, we calculate first the number of observations, and then we sum up and then divide it by the number of observations or candidates. What do you think? Shall we move on to the second, the next question?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let's move on. So did you understand the question, by the way, here? It says, use the country's data and find countries containing the word land. I had a typo there. It says world, but it's the word land. Okay, so where is that? JavaScript. This the so what we should do, actually I have to turn on this part of the line. I need this because I have to first access that, the countries. So let's see. First, I have to manage to console.log countries. Yeah, I managed to print them out. How many are they? 193 countries. Do you see them? We printed them out, right? That was so easy. I need instruction from the chat because that's the way I know if you are on track or if you are just get lost. Did you get this step? This step is actually first I put this this, do you see, countries.js. I put this data long time ago, and now we connected it to the index.html script source.countries.js. The variable name for this one was countries, so we can access it from here, just print, and then we got this. Did you get it? Or actually even you can put this code in the same file, but it's too long. You can put this code, you don't need to connect it here. Instead, you can put it here, and then you get the same thing. Which do you prefer? Because you have the countries array here on the same file, and I'm working on but since it's long file, I mean long data, you have to like scroll up and down, so it's tedious. This is not the best way to do, so I will keep it the way I did the first time. This is much better. Did you get it, guys? Yes, the shorter is the better. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes when something's shorter, it's hard to see the link. So I showed you the link. That's how. Now, since it's const country of countries, I told you that our code should be like an English language. So when I say country of countries, that means please extract one country from the list of the countries. So let's print them out. Now I managed to print it out this, the country, one after another. So I don't have to print out all at once. Yep. So now I think we're almost approaching, right? So I can turn, for instance, this to uppercase if I want. Have you seen? Now I changed every country. And even I can check if it has console.log, if it has land, country.includes land. So it should give me actually true, false, true, false. If you see, let's go all the way up. Wow, it's far. I have to. Okay. Afghanistan, does it have land? Because the first, yeah, console.log just countries. Someone asked me, how did you write all the countries at once? If you write like that, you get all the countries at once. I have to go all the way up, yeah, like this. But you don't need it, yeah? So as you can see, Afghanistan doesn't have land, Albania, Algeria. So even you can put it in one line, because just to be sure, like comma, and you put it here. Then it will be like even shorter because everything is in one line. Okay, so Afghanistan, Albania, false, false. When we reach Finland, it should have a land. Okay, where is Finland? Yes, we have to go to F, right? I think Finland. Yes, true. Have you seen it? Who doesn't see this? Finland got a land, as you can see, and this statement, this expression is true. Did you see, guys? The Finland got, where is Finland? I missed it. Here. Great. So other countries, maybe Scotland and whatsoever, having true value. Okay. Oh, Iceland here. And Ireland here. Great. Maybe we can also come up with countries we don't know, but we will figure out later. So our function will work. So now what we do, we don't need to capitalize this. Instead, what we should do, const, I can call it landers. I mean, I'm just come up with just a kind of fancy name, but this name is not good, but I can't really come up with a very good name. So I called it landers. In the landers, I'm going to collect all the countries having the string land. So what I'm going to do now, I do a condition. So if this, that means true, then what I'm going to landers dot push country. And someone asked me this to fit console out. Now console.log landers. Oh yeah. Do you see the landers, guys? Do you see landers? Yes. Look, how many countries do you see? You don't have to count manually. Already yes, that was the task. So now let's change this to a function again. function, countries. Countries with land. It's the fancy name. And then I have to pass an array first. And then this actually so why I rewrite everything again? I copy what I have here, copy and paste. So now I'm doing countries and country. Instead, I just put this one array and I change this to also element. And then instead of country, also this one, I change it to element or item. So this is also going to be element. And then instead of just printing it out, I return landers. So to get the value now, console.log countries with, and then you pass the countries array. Have you seen? I got this result. So this is your function, your beautiful function. Is there any similarity with the previous function we made? Yeah, there's some kind of similarity. Yeah. So we don't need this part of the code now. So actually, it's even this one is also short, but we have this. But maybe we can also change this to an arrow function if we want, something like this. Do you think I can change this to something like this? Can I explicitly return the value from this? No, because we have lots of code. How can I? You can explicitly return only when you have just one code inside. Yes. Is it clear so far, guys? Do you like it? At least I like it. Okay, good. Okay. Who is following? And some people maybe, I don't care. I didn't get it so far. Yeah, some of the things might be complicated, but you know, step by step, it will get better. So just stick into it. What's the second? I think the second will be so easy. Use the countries, but I think we didn't answer properly. Find the average, use the countries data and find countries containing the world. I think we answered already because that's what it was asked. And as you can see, these are the countries. Okay, then how many countries are there which starts with F? Okay, then const countries start with F. Yes, then array, I have to the array of countries, and then I am in favor of the for of function const, of course, first let countries, or maybe I think just new array. I can just new array. I have to just store it. Even this one we can modify to new array. It's just new array, and we can return new array and a new array. It's a kind of, you know, to simplify. Sometimes you may run out of, this is good. So now again, new array for const element of array. And then what we can do, if actually element dot starts with F. Maybe I think I start making a function already, so it might be complicated for you to follow. I will show you just by 4 honest country of countries and console dot country. Yeah, I printed out the same again, all over again. So let's see, country dot starts with F. Okay, our reference is Finland. Finland is so beautiful, right? It has land, it starts with F. Nice. So let's move on to Finland. Where are you? Finland, please. I will get you if I go all the way to F. And as you can see, Fiji starts with F. Yeah. Do you agree with this? Do you agree with this, guys? I am asking you silly questions because just to see how active you are in the... And Finland, yes, it starts with F. And France, it starts with F. Okay, so now let's change this to a function. Yeah, then to change to a function, I have already started here. I will turn it on, countries with, then elements dot starts with F. If it is starts with F, then we will start pushing it. Where to push it? To the new array. New array dot push element. And then actually, then after we accumulate them, we return that value, new array. Console.log countries with it, and then countries. What do you see, guys? Do you see what? Do you see? What do you see? The last printout. Is it what we are looking for? Yes, 3 countries, but we are asked how many. So we should do length. 3 countries. Okay, let's check again our problem. How many problems? But as you can see now, this function actually finds only for F. How do we change this function to find any letter? For instance, I want to ask how many countries in this world starts with A? It's a game. Because now this our function is some kind of ridiculous function because it's only looks for, I mean, F. How about if I'm interested to know the number of countries starts with A or B or C? Did you understand the question? Who understand the question first? Because sometimes, you know, understanding a question, I mean, the problem is actually a huge step to solve the problem. I believe everybody understood. So, and Mark already said that instead of passing this as in a value, let's pass it here as character, car. Then if we pass it here, actually, then it will be very good. Now, it is not answer, I mean, it doesn't give me any values. So if I pass it here, F, F. I'm getting 3. Nice. How about, okay, who guessed how many countries do you think starts with A? No, it's a game. Just guess. It's a guessing game. Okay, Sophia said a guessing game. Okay, okay, okay. Let's try A. Oh, 11 countries. Okay, which country do you think, I mean, which letter do you think has more countries, starts with more countries? I mean, yeah, Sophia is the closest. I mean, F, as you can see, we had only 3 countries, with A, 11 countries. So which letter can give you more countries? Wow, Julia, how do you know that? Yes, Julia is right. Have you seen? 25 countries. Yeah, maybe you have already, yeah, you made already the function. I believe that's not a guessing. I know. Okay, so it's a very good kind of fun. So if you see the countries, actually, if you want to also see the countries, I can just console.log before the new array. As you can see, starting with Saint Kitts and Nevis, Saint Lucia, Saint Vincent, Samoa, San Marino, oh no, some of Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Serbia, and Montenegro. Why? Are they together? Anyway, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, Singapore. It goes on. And if you see starting with Ireland, India, Indonesia, Iran, Iraq. Yeah, so have you seen JavaScript is fun? Is it not? You can do whatever you want, whatever you imagine. So I think, let's see what we have. So as you can see today, what we learn is actually, it's a kind of revision what we've been learning so far. So we didn't do what we planned to do today, but I think it's worth it, because if I just pour new topics over another, you don't get most of it. So I chose to give you a revision today. So how was it? Is it better way? So did you feel better today? Yeah, did it help you also to think actually the best way of learning is not receiving only. If something helps you to think differently, and if it helps you to ponder, I think that is a good way of learning. So yeah. Great. So I think we should, how much time do we have? And maybe if you want to say anything, you can say. The reason why I'm a bit rushing is because we should have scheduled it a bit with more time, but because of this Christmas break, you learn only 7 weeks. So JavaScript is a really wide topic. So that's why we have only 7 weeks. So that's somehow I'm pushing you and pouring too much information to help you at least have a very good understanding of JavaScript. Once if you have a very good understanding, you can go to 30 days of JavaScript or JavaScript for everyone or any material you want and immerse yourself. I believe you will have a very good understanding by the end of the lesson, by the end of the training here. But remember to revise and also to check 30 days of JavaScript or JavaScript for everyone. Yeah, help yourself. Yeah, because it will be fun if you check it. If you check that, and when I'm teaching here, it will be fun, and you will have an amazing experience of learning JavaScript and using JavaScript and building something with JavaScript. Great. Do you have anything to say or ask? The stage is yours. It's all about practice. That's true. That's true. And don't be also overwhelmed, okay? It's a slow process. Yeah, don't be overwhelmed. We are doing it in a fast pace just to cover lots of topics. And if you don't get some of the logics, don't be overwhelmed. And if you get overwhelmed also, that's normal. Don't quit in any way, okay? Give it time. Give it really time. If something doesn't work, that's normal. That's really normal. Every programmer gets stuck every day. And if you have some bugs in your in your code, and that's also normal. We have it all the day, every day. Of course, if you have the patience, you just debug your bugs step by step. So learn also some patience. If you are completely a beginner or come from some from other field, so just give it time. So don't you have any question? Do you have anything to say? It doesn't have to be a question, but what do you feel about it? How is it going so far? If you have anything to say also, that's also I can stop the recording.